Hi everyone, this is Mary. You're watching another little piece of my art, and I wanted to share with you my finishes and my whips for February and March. I'm going to be leaving in 2 days, so I probably won't have anything on my channel for about a week. So I just wanted to let you know that, but I won't be abandoning my channel. I just have to go do that. So this is Calming Therapy Anti-Stress Coloring Book, and I've got two in here. I did the little sea turtles. I just used some gel pens for their insides and some pencils for their little stubby arms, and I drew in some bubbles. So that's how this one turned out. I think it turned out really cute. You know, easy, quick coloring, basically, pretty much. And then the other one I did was this one. I'm going to grab my black light, flashlight, and see if anything here is glow in the dark, because I'm thinking I used some glow in the dark markers. Yeah. Let's see if I can get the doggo to move. Glow in the dark pens. I'm sorry, not markers. I used the glow in the dark pencils from Crazy Art on some of this. They're really, they have really good glow to them, but they're hard. I mean, they're really hard. They are harder even than Crayola to get to work. So I can only use those for a short amount of time, and then I use them a lot during the Halloween holiday because they come out really good in Halloween books. But yeah, so that's that one. Okay, so I made a video tagging all of my whips in my art therapy books. I'll leave that video link in the description of this video if you want to check it out. Is she done barking? My neighbor's doing something. I thought it was late enough at night. So I believe the tags on this side are works that still need completed, and then the tags up top are ones that I finished. So let's see. Okay, I did finish this one. I had most of it done. I had to do this side and part of his body, and I knew that I did this in twistable pencils, so I just went and got the twistable pencils. But like, this is a marker and it matched this so well. I thought that was kind of cool. This one wasn't done, so I just brought the blue up there for his lipstick, or his lips. It's not lipstick, sorry. I just wanted to have that blue kind of go all the way up, but I really like the way it turned out. Oh, she makes this difficult. And then this is the one that is not finished yet, because this was just so labor intensive. There's markers, there's pencils. Some of these just have their first layer of the yellow on there. The yellow is a Prismacolor, and you can see that it doesn't cover in one go, so I have to go back through it. So I know what colors they are because, you know, I worked on this page for so long. I did this. Let's see. You notice how this red is not the same as this red because these were done beforehand or something like that. Or maybe it was the blues that didn't match. And I didn't write down what I had used when I first made this a whip. So I matched the best that I could. But yeah, this book is kind of big, you know, tall. And so those wallpaper pages take forever and they're kind of fiddly. But, you know, oh, yeah, this one, I did some more on it because I had no idea what colors these were, but I found similar colors. You can see up here where I started it was different. That's okay. I managed to match it up close enough, so I need to go on with that one. And then, yeah, so I did this one. I cannot remember what was done. That's why I said I'll put the link to the video where I was tagging these if you want to compare and see what they looked like before. But I'm glad that this one is done. And I did put some washi tape because I had went out of the lines a little bit with this black acrylic paint. So that one is done. This one was a whip forever. I must have used some kind of waxy watercolory crayon type things before, because I found it very difficult to go over this, so I just left the background alone, because the background was the only thing that was done, and I had to do the butterflies. I do not care for coloring in butterflies, but I do like the way this one came out. So you can see that they seem to look better when you're doing opposite colors than they do when you're doing kind of the same tones. But yeah, I don't know. Butterflies are not my favorite thing to color, even though I love butterflies. And then this one. So this one had some of the fish done and some of the background, and I kind of tried to match it the best that I could. But I finished the fish and put the washi on, and because I had one out of the lines there. You can still see through it, but that's okay. It's done. That's all that matters. You know, the pictures that I want to color in this book, I want to get to those, but first I wanted to finish up what I started. So then we have Posh Coloring Book Peanuts. I wanted to do one out of here for Misty's Love and Hearts 2 tag that she did at Valentine's Day. So I did Snoopy and Woodstock here, and I used some markers, and I was like, oh, it's working, but it did bleed through. So the spots where it bled through, I tried to go ahead and color those characters in with a skin tone-ish color, you know, but not the color I would choose with a pencil, but I just wanted to cover it up the best that I could. So when I go to do that page, it won't be there waiting for me to cover. But yeah, it's plain, and you know, it's just very sweet, very sweet. Well, there's that one. And then you're probably sick to death of seeing Wonder Woman, because I've been talking about this book and explaining the stuff I've been using kind of nonstop since I got it. I'm kind of obsessed with it. But I did finish her. So you can see how the Crayola Colors of the World really streaked. Is it streaked a word? Streaked, yeah. Streaked. So, you know, I won't be using those again. And if I try to use them as a watercolor, I think it'll definitely bleed through. So it's going to have to be pencils, I think. But for the rest of it, I really like the way she came out. I like her hair and her arrows. And I used pencils and a little bit of gel pen on some parts, like in here. And then Prismas on like the column thing and stuff like that. And then, you know, I just kind of made the sky kind of that pinkish, yellowish color. I didn't really, because it's a lot of clouds, so I didn't really color that in. But I love this book so much, so you'll probably see this again the next time we do flips. And then I worked in Day of the Dead coloring book. Another book I really, really love. I did do some more to this big front page, and all I really did was add in some more layers of marker, because this was highlighters. So I kind of define the flowers a little bit more with some more markers. This is kind of an ongoing thing. I just do a little bit to it whenever I go in the book. So I did page 1, which is the couple here, and I really like the way this one turned out. I used pencils. I used glaze pen on her shawl. I used pencils. Yeah. So, and then, yeah, some gel pen up here. But these are one-sided, so you can do what you want. But I really love the way that one turned out. I just enjoyed myself, you know, working on that page. And I also finished this one. This one was a whip for a long time. I love the colors in this, because with these you have, some of them have a lot of border work that you have to do, and that's kind of what takes time. You know, the rest of it's fast. But I used markers, several layers of marker. I've been experimenting with layering my water-based markers, and I like the effect. It's kind of a watercolory effect, you know, and then you could go over them with other things. But like this plant here, I thought was cool, the purple instead of the regular color, and I did several layers of different markers on there. I like the way that turned out. And then in the corn, there's several different colors of gel pens that I'm trying to use up, so I think that one came out cute. That one was already done. I think that's it in here. Let me check the back. No, I did this one too. This one was a whip forever, and I just finished it up. You know, the guitar needed finished up, and then I did some more detail on the flowers. I didn't give it a background, but I still can, you know. This was all layering markers up in the flowers too. That was kind of my jam at the time. So it's just such a gorgeous book. I know it's like I don't want to color them because I want it to last, but you know, you can always buy it again. It's still available. So there's that one. Then this one, this is a big chunky monkey. All I did was I was testing some watercolor pencils in here, so you know, it's not much, but this book still smells like a brand new book. It's got that, you know, new book smell. So I was testing different watercolor pencils because this paper is nice and it does not bleed. I wish the ocean book was as good as this one, but it is not. So this one you can use pretty much whatever you want, because this page had water on it and barely buckled. So yeah, I was just testing pencils that I don't use often to see if maybe I was missing out. I didn't do the other side yet. Maybe I'll do the other side in Inktense or something and kind of see the difference. But I think that's all in that one. Yeah. Okay. So Nordic Design. Again, I'm working through whips is what I've been kind of doing. This one was a whip forever, because you see where there's two different colors of marker, because that marker ran out. So I had to kind of make do and add another blue in there. And so the rest of the picture was undone. And I just went ahead and finished it up with some general, you know, marker work. And I think that was it. That one was already done. Yeah. This book I usually work in the winter, or well, not usually because there's not that much done. But it has a lot of things that look wintry to me, things that are like sweater designs. But I like it. I had shared that my stepdad that, you know, pretty much raised me, this was his family lineage or heritage. And so they had a lot of, when I used to go to his parents' house when they were still alive, they had a lot of home decor and stuff that was like this. So it reminds me of him and them. And my stepdad's getting up there. He's going to be 82. So Mulga, I'm trying to get through and finish. I put it away for a long time because I had just moguled myself out. But, you know, I'm going to go ahead and finish this book. So, yeah, I've been doing the ones that I kind of, you know, didn't enjoy the way they look that much. But I did this one. I didn't put a background on it because I don't know what I want to do yet. I was thinking about drawing in a background of, like, giraffes in their natural habitat or something. Or maybe, since it's such a funky book, maybe I'll just draw in something that is completely opposite of their natural habitat. Like, maybe I'll draw buildings. That might be cool. But this one is, the paper is super thick, but it's that real absorbent paper that, you know, shows stuff through, because even the yellow marker came through. So when I do the peacock, I'll have to cover it with, you know, blue and green, which will be fine. But, you know, you don't always feel like coloring in pencils, you know. So, and then now I'm working on the wallpaper side of this with just basically just a yellow marker. But yeah, so that's him. He's all done. You can't really see his eyes, but they're done. They're brown. Yes, I looked up giraffe eyes. Okay, so that completes the ones that I am done with, and now I'll show you my whips. I mean, I had whips and books that I could have been doing, but of course I wanted to start a brand new book. So I've got Steampunk Fashions here, Creative Haven. When you start seeing these pictures done, a lot of them I'm not going to do the backgrounds in because I'm going to start cutting these pictures out and use them in my fashion book. They're detachable anyway, and I don't want to keep a lot of these thin books when I'm done with them just around. I want to do something with the pages. So my fashion coloring book is made by the Art Therapy Company, which does the hardback books. So I also bought a how to draw fashion book that I'm trying to sketch some drawings of my own, and then I'm going to start doing those in the book, and then I'm going to cut these out. This one I figured, see some of them like this one, that would cover my whole coloring page in my fashion book. So like when I do her, I'm probably just going to do her and then not the background and just cut her out. And some of these are a little bit smaller, they remind me of paper dolls. I don't know, it's a sideways one, but these are so cool. So I was working on this one, and I did, and it's hard for me because I am the kind of person that wants everything to be matchy. Like, this is a lot of colors for me. But here's the girl on the front. Like, look how many colors are in that picture, So I've kind of been looking at them, the different pictures, and trying to break out of my... And this is how I dress, too. It's hard for me. Like, if I wear a pair of pants that are colored with a different color shirt that's not in the same color family, then I have to find, like, earrings or something that match the pants, which is a very probably Gen X and older thing that we do. Like my mom's generation matched their shoes and their purse. I do not have enough purses to match my shoes, so I just have a neutral purse all the time. Like, it's dark beige for the warmer months, and then a dark brown for the winter months. But anyway, so I used some markers. I was using my Papermate flares, and I was using gel pen on this, and this pink around the clock is let me show you if you get a chance. If you see these, I just dropped the pencil. If you see these at the Dollar Tree, I think you'll really like them. They had marketed these as metallic ink pens is what they call them, but they're really more or less a gel pen. But this one comes out like this pinky color. I'm sure it will look different on different paper. And then this one is like a champagne color, I guess. But I really like these. These are so smooth. I mean, they're almost effortless to use on a page. So, yeah, definitely worth picking up. And then I've got the menagerie. I'm working on... I did the bunny for Easter last year or the year before. I can't really remember now. I love animal pages. Animal coloring is one of my favorites. I did the fox for Kits and Caboodles. Was having a Foxy February. I think she had it this year as well, but one year when she had it, I did the fox in different gel pens and markers and stuff like that. It was so fun. And now I'm working on this one. I'm working on this one, and I've got different markers going right now, and then I'll come back over with pencils. But I was debating whether I wanted him to look real or make him any color that I felt like making him, and I decided I'm gonna, because these right here coming off the side of him almost look to me like leaves, like a plant. I was like, oh, I wonder what he would turn out as, green and brown, but I don't know yet. I'm just gonna keep on going with my markers. I just love this book, and they have another one made by this same makers of this one, and it's like oh my gosh, mythology. So I want to get that one too, but I'm going to use up some more pages in the books I have before I get another book. I say that, but now I'm getting ready to go somewhere on vacation, and if I go in a store, I might have to get a coloring book. I don't know. So this book here, this book is so cool. It's Famous Illustrators of the Golden Age. I just had a conversation with my friend who visited me a little while ago talking about this book, because if you're into art, and even like, you know, I took art in college, and I'm not talking about art. I did take art and actual, you know, drawing and painting, but, you know, I took art as a class, right, where you study art. And even when you take classes like that, you know, they're always going to go into the most famous artists that, you know, we all know and love. When I started messing around with this book, I had done this page here, and I never looked it up. I just decided what colors that I wanted her, and that's the colors that she was, right? Well, when I was doing, then I was flipping through, and I decided to do this picture. I know her face looks like bright orange, but if you Google this picture, it's called Tales from Shakespeare by Elizabeth Shippen Green. The whole picture is very pastel, and then her face, for some reason, looks like lit by a light, a gold light. I don't know if it's supposed to be coming out of this flower, because I noticed that the picture online and this picture, like they might have had to format this a little bit differently to get it into this size. So my picture is a little bit more brighter than the picture is online. But what I was getting ready to say about this is, when we go to art class and stuff, and even if just the exposure that we all get to art in life, we're always seeing like the stuff from famous artists, you know, we just, those ones that, you know, even if you don't know who it is, it's still very widely, for example, like Mondrian, right? That's the color blocking, you know, like a yellow square and a line or whatever. Even hair gel used to use that on their gel bottle, you know, hair gel from the 80s or 90s, I can't remember. But that's how, you know, art is absorbed into the culture. But there's so many artists that we don't know about because it was long ago, or maybe they didn't produce a lot of art, or maybe their time, you know, whatever movement they were in was very short. So all that to say, when I was looking through this book, so I always look ahead to see what I want to color after I'm done with this one, which I still have to do more pencils to this one, because I did neo color on the sky and stuff, and I have to go and blend it out with pencils. And like this part is in the picture is very white, but like I don't want to leave it white, so I kind of, you know, gave it a little bit more, because it's supposed to be like, I think you're seeing through her scarf thing or whatever. So I have to go in with my pencils, and then it'll be done. So I was looking to see what I was gonna do next, and I flipped to this picture. I'm like, at first I didn't like it. I'm like, that is just very weird. So I looked it up, and I think it might be named, the words might be a little different on some of the pictures of it that you can find online. So here it's called The Fishing of Thor and Hymir by Howard Pyle from 1902. So when I looked this up to get an idea of my colors, I fell in love with this picture. In fact, it's so beautiful as a painting. Then it had me looking up the backstory, you know, it's just a rabbit hole you could go down. There's a couple different renditions of it where, in one of them, the colors are really saturated, and in another color, painting of it, print of it, they're a little bit more monotone, where it's like beiges and browns and stuff. So I loved it so much that I'm thinking I'm going to order a print of it for my living room, because I live in Florida, and, you know, we have a lot of sea-themed things. But in some tales of this, this guy, which he's called Hymir here, but in some of the things I looked up, he's called something else. This is always Thor, but like one of the things that it says, the meaning of this painting was that he's trying to save the world from Thor's evil intentions. So like but there's different stories for it, you know, and who knows what's real, because when I used to take poetry class, our instructor told us never, and it's supposed to be the same with songwriting too, and movies, any kind of art. You should never tell anybody the meaning behind it, because my poetry teacher said when you explain what something means, you cut out a lot of people. Like when you hear a song, you can apply it to your own self, right? You take that in and you make it fit whatever your situation you're in. If the writer tells you what it means, then you might be like, you know. So the thing in art is that you just always leave it a mystery so that everybody can relate to it. And so, you know, I don't know if he's trying to save the world from Thor. I have no idea, but I just think it's really cool. And some of the pictures of this, like the mouth is like really bloody looking, and he's pulling this, I don't know, shark or whatever up from the sea. And other ones, it's more faded out. So, you know, if you're interested, look up this painting. I think you will like it. So, yeah, I'm going to do this one next. And then I'm thinking about doing the Little Red Riding Hood picture, this one. So I think that one will be fun. But it does help when you look them up, because I was like so confused by this line work when it got to back here. Like what was the sky and what wasn't the sky and stuff like that. And I might not have it all the way right. And I know that the flowers in the painting are not this peachy, but it just was so, ugh, I like color. So yeah, looking it up really helped to help me do the painting, do the coloring of the painting. And so yeah, I'm going to do that for the rest of them. And I think this is so cool. So if you're an art lover and you don't have an art book yet, you might like Famous Illustrators of the Golden Age Portfolio. It is by Diner Mighty Graphics. I believe I ordered this one online. I ordered this one from eBay. It was new to me. There was no colored pages in it, so I don't know if it was brand new or new to me, but I absolutely love it. Look at this one. How beautiful. This is a mermaid picture. That is a lot of blue. And then we have Robin Hood fighting here. That's a cool one. So yeah, really cool book. Okay, so that's all I have. I've been working a lot in my art journal / sketchbook. So I have half of it left, and it's a pretty small size. So I'm bringing that with me to Delaware, and that's what I'm going to use for my entertainment back at the hotel. I'm not going to bring a bunch of coloring stuff because we just have a personal item size bag that we're allowed to bring. So I don't want to take up all the space with coloring stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to make another video tomorrow, and I'll release that one while I'm there. So I will see you guys when I get back. Yeah, I hope you all have a great day, great night, and I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.